I'm going to go ahead and call us to order and declare that we have a quorum of 7 members present. Item C1, consideration, discussion, and possible action related to the financial management report for the 2016-17 fiscal year, an overview of the Schools First Financial Integrity Rating System of Texas system and most recent rating for College Station ISD. The first report. Dr. Ely.
Thank you, Mr. Excuse me. Thank you, Mr. Harris, members of the board. Tonight we have a public forum for the presentation and public comment related to one of our financial reports, and this is the Financial Integrity Rating System of Texas, our first report that we give out. We get from the state each year about this time, and Mr. Martindale shares with us. This is interesting when we're looking at financial data because it is sometimes 2 years in arrears. So this is our 17-18 rating, but it goes back for information based on the fiscal year 2017 or the 16-17 school year. So with more information on our Schools First report is Mike Martindale, Deputy Superintendent and Chief Financial Officer. Mr. Martindale.
Thank you, Dr. Ely and board members. Again, the purpose of our public hearing this evening is to share the rating provided to College Station ISD as it relates to the 2017-18 financial integrity rating system. And again, as Dr. Ely mentioned, it is the rating for the 17-18. However, the data utilized for that rating is from the 16-17 year. The first, or the Financial Integrity Rating System, it is the state's financial accountability rating system for school districts. We submit a number of financials, including our annual audit, to the state throughout the course of the spring. They have different criteria. They mesh over that, some critical indicators as well as 10 other indicators that they apply a point value to. So they go through those financials and determine a numerical value and an actual rating. And that is really what the first system is made up of. We are required by TEA to provide notice and hold a public hearing to review that rating that was received by the district. The purpose of the first system is to ensure districts are held accountable for their financial practices. Also, any particular information you can take from the rating system that help districts achieve their performance in the management of their finances. But those are the two driving reasons for the first system. The timelines associated with this, again, it's almost 2 years behind, so just be cognizant of that. It can get somewhat confusing. In August, we close out a financial year. So we closed out the 16-17 budget in August of 2017. December of 2017, last year, we received our audit. We do that every December. Our auditors come and provide that review to the board. In January of 2018, we submit our audit from 16-17 to TEA. In March, we submit additional financials. So September of this past year, they provided us with our 2017-18 first rating. And again, that rating is based on data from the 16-17 year. And again, a part of the requirement is to post and hold a public hearing regarding the rating the district receives, and that's occurring now here in October. Requirements are that we post that. We post that in the local paper on September 18th and 25th. Our actual first reports, the historical documentation of those are available on our website. You can see I've linked it here that all of our first reports dating back to 2005 are available for viewing on our homepage. The 16-17, that is the one we're sharing this evening as far as the 17 and 18 rating. It's the 16-17 data. But all of the actual first ratings are available on the district's website, as well as our disclosure forms. Those are located under our purchasing department on our website as well. There are 15 indicators that they use in the first report. 5 of those 10 indicators are what are called critical indicators, They're kind of like pass or fail. If you don't pass them, you fail. Just there are 5 that automatically result in failure. The first of those 5 was the annual financial report submitted to TEA in a timely manner. We close out the year August 31st, so we have to submit our audit by January 28th. And again, that's why the board receives our audit in December. So we submitted January 11th of last year for critical indicator 1. For 2, was there an unmodified opinion on our financials as a whole, and was that provided by an external independent auditor? Yes. Weaver delivered the audit to the board on December 19th of last year. The critical indicator 2B did the external independent auditor report that the audit was free of any instances of weakness in internal controls. We received a yes on that as well. Again, that's a part of the annual audit report provided to the board by Weaver. We'll be doing this again in December. Was the school district in compliance with payments of debt agreements? Yes, we were, and also did we make timely payments to government agencies like TRS and IRS, so on and so forth. Those are indicators 3 and 4. The 5th critical indicator was our unrestricted net asset balance in the governmental activities column greater than 0. Yes, it was. There's also another clause to this. If a district fails this particular criteria, has less than 0, then they look at membership. Did membership grow in the district over 10% over a 5-year period? We had greater than 0 in our net asset balance, and during that 5-year period prior to this, we had over 10% growth collectively as well. So we passed that one regardless. The remaining 10 indicators carry a point value of 10 points each. They have different ranges depending on where you score in each of those criteria. For their point values, we received the maximum number of points on all 10 indicators. So we did receive 100% on the remaining 10 indicators. Just a couple of those, indicators 6 and 9. Number 6 was the number of days of cash on hand and investments in the general fund for the school district sufficient to cover operating expenditures. You only receive 10 points if you have at least 90 days of cash on hand, and we do. So we receive the maximum number of points available in that indicator. The district's general fund revenues equal or exceed expenditures. They have a second piece to that. If not, it was a cash school district number of days, the cash on hand equal to or greater than 60 days. We did come in on the positive for this particular year, and we also have more than 60 days of cash on hand. So we would have received maximum points on that particular indicator either way as well. Again, with the 100%, receive the highest possible score of a superior. Other items enclosed in the first report, the actual criteria, the first 4 pages of the report posted online. The remaining pages 4 through 16 are copies of the current superintendent's contract, reimbursements received by superintendent and board member. And I remind you, this is for 16-17, fiscal year 17, so it's going back a couple of years. So Ms. Nolan, you would not be included in this particular one, but we'll catch you in the next go around. Outside compensation received by superintendent, gifts received by superintendent board, and business transactions. All of those disclosures are a part of the collective first report. Again, this is a report-only item to report to the public the rating received by the school district. There's no action required. I do want to make comment before I close out, though. This system is changing, beginning with the 1920 data, but it will be a 2021 rating. So actually, you'll see the results of this in the fall of 2021. So we've got a little time coming. Exactly, Mr. Schaefer, that's how I feel as well. But it's going to go from 15 indicators to 21, and there are a number of additional criteria they're going to add. They're going to start taking a look at the movement on your fund balance, as well as projections on your attendance and what you budget as far as your revenues versus your actual. But there's lots of questions still to be answered. In essence, they are want to make this a little more challenging process over the next couple of years to maintain the scores that we have. But we know it's coming, so we'll prepare accordingly. So went very quickly, trying to be cognizant of time. Be happy to answer any questions associated with this item.
Thank you very much. It's always good to review what we saw a couple years ago. So good job again.
I do what I can, Mr. Harris.
Yep. I want to point out, I do have some cards for public comment, but I'm guessing that the elementary adjustment and the student drug testing do not want to speak at the first report public hearing, so I'll hold those for our regular meeting. Is there any other card or any other public here, member of the public here to speak in response to the first report? Any other questions, comments? Well, then with that, our public hearing on the first report is adjourned.
6:59 right now, so we've got 1 minute.
So we'll take a short break and then we'll be right back for the regular meeting.